Hi, my name is Martina Gar. HIV and AIDS have taken many of our young people to early grave. And due to stigma-related issues, some fear coming out of the light. They don't want to be seen, they don't want to be heard. And due to fear of rejection, due to fear of being accepted in their family, in their society, they have decided to go underground. They have decided to hide. But that is the most dangerous thing you can do to yourself. It's awful. The moment you hide, you're killing yourself silently. Today we have a guest, Serah Mwangi, who has battled this disease for the past 21 years, and she has emerged a victor. She has emerged the winner. So you who is out there, who is hiding yourself, don't kill yourself silently. So I want you to listen to her story. So please, Serah, can you tell us about yourself and how did you get to the point of knowing that you are HIV positive?
Thank you, Martina, for inviting me to this session. I would say that many times when the words AIDS and cancer are mentioned, it sends a chill in many people's spines. It was not also easy for me when I was diagnosed in 1997, when I discovered that my husband was also suffering the same after he was discharged from hospital with drugs that were known as AZT. And those were the only antiretrovirals that were there at that moment. At that moment, it didn't occur to me that I was also infected, but after he died, that's when I started having complications in my chest. And I was still in denial of getting to understand that it could still be HIV. So when I visited a doctor and he told me that I had TB, and disclosed to him what my husband was suffering from, that's when he told me we shall also test for HIV. And honestly thinking, I was hoping that Angel Gabriel would come and turn things around. But Angel Gabriel was not ready for me that time. I tested positive. And I went through the TB treatment. Then we were taking 60 injections. My body was full of needles. Then I took drugs for 8 months. I recovered. Not to mention that before that I was counting, even when I could go to church, I could see myself, my coffin being wheeled to the front and even the song that will be sung. But it turned out not to be. After the TB, I regained weight. Soon after, I developed an abscess on my backside. It was incised. I visited a quack clinic that brought bacterial meningitis. It was treated. And now came the year 2005 when free ARVs were. But still, because of stigma, as I was going to the VCT center, I was hiding. Then somebody sees me going there. And it becomes I become a recipe for gossip and reaches my daughter in the wrong way. To take you back a little bit, my husband was a foreigner. He was from Uganda. We met in the university. So he didn't get those retirement benefits that other people get. Instead was some insurance lump sum of 60,000, which I used to buy the first ARVs. Then when I graduated and I was now on full pay, I bought another regimen that was costing 30,000, which was not sustainable. So when I went and got my first ARVs, the free ones, I didn't know that you were supposed to continue taking it throughout. I know the issue of choices and imagining that you want to get healed quickly. And my body started feeling better, but soon after it went down. I went back to the same hospital now. I had lost a lot of weight and hoping that now things will turn around. That's for the first time I had the word viral load. I was sent to take a test from the Cambridge lab then. It was the only place where I could do that test. It cost me 6,000. The results came and I was at 1 million copies of viral load and a CD4 count of 37. I was a walking corpse, my friend. So I was given some, they call them second line ARVs. and I was told that I would vomit. One of them would cause me to throw up. But they didn't tell me what I would do to prevent. So I bought the brand. And one day I was going for a school function in Eldoret. I went throwing up in the vehicle until the matatu driver told me once we arrived, I will wash the vehicle. But that was not executed because I threw up. It almost fell on him. And he shooed me away like a duck. When I went, I booked a place, I freshened up. And I remembered an old friend. This one is in the year 2008. An old friend from home to whom I disclosed my status, and he was empathetic. So I shared my medical history with the clinician I found there. And he told me that he changed the medication, which I used religiously. But I was making one mistake of thinking that the dietary supplements that are now commercial would help to making me heal faster, to achieve the targeted, what they call undetectable levels. Only to realize that they were doing the negative. What they did instead was the CD4 count rose. When I talk about CD4 count, I'm talking about the white blood cells. Because the HIV virus works on the white blood cells, which are called medically T cells. And it makes the one's immunity to go down, so other infections come in. So it became that now my viral load is not going down, but the CD4 is rising. So when I got there, the doctor told me that he will refer me to the founder of that place. It's called Professor Mwangi. And Professor Mwangi told me this is trouble. So when I read his face, and he says it's trouble, and he's a senior doctor, I almost fell off balance. That's what I imagined. But he told me, I asked him, are you telling me I'm going to die? He said, no, you're going to be a grandmother. Those are just the words I wanted to hear. Anything positive then was making me feel that I'm going to live another day. Anybody who brought anything that has to do with negative energy, we call them negative frequencies. I switched them off. So from there is when he told me he will take a specimen of my blood, take it to the USA for free, and then they will determine what drugs they will put me on. That was done. To cut the long story short, the results were back through email, and I was resistant to so many second-line regimens except one. So he increased the dosage of that one to 3 tablets in the morning and 3 tablets in the evening, and some 2 others. I continued like that, and the viral load came down to 693 at some point. But this drug that is called Aluvia had a lot of negative side effects of causing bloating in the stomach, a lot of gas, and it would make me, anytime I take it, I would feel hungry if I don't eat in the next 5 minutes. I would even shake. So you see, as you continue to eat, you also continue gaining weight, which is unhealthy, and even developing fat deposits, which are cholesterol related. So again, I met some people in another function who introduced me to some dietary supplements called GNLD. They use another word, in your life. And these ones now did another bad thing. When I went to the next test, the viral load has shot to 5,000. For the first time, Martina, I cried. And you didn't know that we are talking about a period of fighting for 18 years, and you're not getting to the finishing line. So I went back, and he told me this is a complicated lady, to use his words. But we are not giving up on her. So he referred me to the resistance clinic. The doctors to whom he had sent the specimen are now in that building. And they took a test, discovered I was resistant for all the second-line drugs. And it turned out that They introduced me now to what they are calling third line, ready ARVs. After I used those drugs, I was to go back after 4 days. And after 2 weeks, after those 2 weeks, that's when that doctor called Dr. Adrian told me that you are undetectable. I can bet 1,000. And I told him I don't want to get into the bets because I don't want to hear bad news again. Let me take my dosage for 2 months, and then I come back for the test. Martina, after 19 years, for the first time, that virus tested nil. To mean that it is undetectable, a relief, and it brought a lot of joy. Again, this time I cried tears of joy. And I had to do, I'm a Catholic, have a Thanksgiving Mass. That's when I felt I cannot keep silent. I have now to come out and do disclosure in total. Number 2, I also have decided to write a book. It's called A Touch of God's Favor, where I'm describing my journey and how I overcame.
Serah, I'm amazed. You are a strong woman. So don't stop taking drugs. Don't stop going for checkup. I'm amazed by the fact that you even register for an online studies. So it means that this thing does not stop you. You are living your life. You wanted to achieve the dreams that you had in your life. And that is what everyone should learn from her. The fact that you're facing a challenge, the fact that you're having a virus in your body doesn't mean it's the end of life. That is just a challenge that has come. It has not come to stay, but it has come to pass. So, Serah, I believe somebody must have hurt you. And even today, people are still hurting you by the words they are telling you, by the words they are saying at your back. Or don't you consider forgiveness necessary and important?
Martina, what we know and what is a fact is that you cannot give what you don't have. So that person who is criticizing you or wants to hurt you, you say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. You have to rise about that pettiness, that mean thinking, and stand on what you is. Because the same people who are criticizing you are the same ones who are going to come and celebrate you. So I choose to live. Whatever it is anybody is going to say about me, they cannot define who I am. And they cannot take away my dignity. God does. And God loves me. That is the most important thing. So they have no place. You will say this today, tomorrow you'll be telling me something different. So we look at the story of Lazarus and the rich man. And that is how I choose to look at those people, in that way. And I don't carry them as a burden. I cast those burdens to God.
And lastly, Serah, I want you to give a word of hope, a word of encouragement to the people who are watching you now, because they need to live the way you are living, and they need to live more years than you. Now that you are about to see your grandchild, can you tell them something?
I would say life is about choice. Today you are traveling to Mombasa, and you reach a point where there are 2 roads, one branching to Kisumu and one branching to Mombasa. You decide to take the route to Kisumu, thinking that you're going to get to Mombasa. Even if you prayed and fasted, you are not going to get to Mombasa. You know that you will never get to Mombasa. So make the right choice of following the right path. And the right path is discipline. We say the pain of discipline is less than the pain of regret. So be disciplined in whatever you are doing. If you know that engaging in because we are living in a society where people now are glorifying sex, it's like food. If you know that it will have other repercussions, keep off. It won't hurt you if you abstain. If you know that eating carelessly will bring danger to your body, keep off. If you know that indulging in a lot of alcoholism, because now alcohol, especially the hot drinks, are being associated with esophageal cancer, keep off. So be disciplined in what you do, and you will live. Should such a thing happen, doesn't mean that it's not a death sentence. It's a death sentence. Should you test positive of cancer, and don't fear to go for screening, it is not a death sentence. People are getting, in fact, I'm realizing that when cancer is diagnosed at an early age, it is clearing off completely. It's not like HIV where you're going to continue taking drugs. Cancer now, I have no cancer cells as we are talking. And I can tell, I can even feel it in my body. They are gone. Last year, up to January, especially when I told my colleagues in the office that I'm through with surgery, but they have said I'll do chemotherapy, there was silence, dead silence. I think they were thinking I'll go and I'll not come out of that. But they saw me going out. I said I'm not going to wear a weave, even if my hair has fallen off, even if my face was looking ghostly. But now they're the same people who are telling me now, you are looking good, mother. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Yes, words of encouragement. Discipline yourself. Number one, discipline is very essential. First and foremost, go for that test. Very important. Know your status. And once you know your status, stick to medication. Follow the instruction as given by the doctor. Don't assume anything. No shortcut here. But it doesn't mean it's the end of the road. When you're disciplined, that is when you will achieve your goals in this life. Because I believe each and everyone has something that they brought in this universe that they need to accomplish. The moment the Creator breathed life in you, He actually completed the work that He did. So your purpose is to find that which you are created to do, and don't let anything stop you. It doesn't matter the diagnosis. It doesn't matter the numbers. You have to fight this. You have to achieve your goals. You have to live. Thank you. Until next time, I'm Martina, your host.